Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Lovely people, are you ready? Ceana 2026 is here, hosted by the Abla Association of Washington, D.C. Metro Inc. This year's convention lands in Maryland. Hooray! It's gonna be bold, brilliant, and unforgettable from September 3rd to September 7th. Let's gather at the Bethesda North Marriott Hotel to celebrate what matters most: preserving culture, inspiring generations. Come, let's dance to the rhythms of our ancestors. Come, let's speak with the wisdom of our elders. Come, let's rise with the dreams of our youth. Ceana is more than a convention. It is a movement. It is a legacy. A living heartbeat of unity, pride, and purpose. Let's reconnect, rejoice, and ride. Register early, register now. It's time to volunteer. It's time to give generously. And most of all, share the message. Let everybody know Ceana is not just alive, it is thriving. Together we preserve culture. Together let's inspire generations. Together let's build Ceana 2026. Register now. But beyond the celebration, Ceana exists to make a lasting impact, to raise funds that uplift underprivileged Ever communities, drive developmental, social, and economic growth for Evers across North America, Ghana, Togo, and Benin, promote education, healthcare, and empowerment, ensuring that no Ever child or community is left behind, preserve and promote Ever identity and heritage, uniting generations at home and abroad.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Mado Wazon Tohiadena Ameshama Yamaga Kwemi va Ceana Central Egba Bawana. Alamaba mi vie miada Empress Mawusi did it movie yeta ba mi doye de Ghana very never was do de doma mano bobu yeta ye body the we are bate ye never ye did the na matemo jivago kwa hanya hada magbe ye never mitava moji for the last over a month or so. That if you are me trouble, I've now me go with full vim. If you are me, you know, get to convention 2026. It amaga do ways of talking other nami. Yeah, maga dak penami ba egbahami papa get me ava awo egba. But yo, welcome to Ceana Central. We took a prolonged vacation by courtesy of my dear sister Mama said it, but we are back. We are fully back, and we'll be rocking to Ceana 2026. Without much further ado, let me jet out here to the Windy City. Miada Mama Sediji, the one and only Tubuzuku. Mama Sediji, Empress Mauchi, Margulege, Wontema.
Nyanto ya moto banama shiama nyasala klonu kwala mie gbocho apa the diton nya zone ya was so much nyamanya ba de Show-Hosts-Efo do ya no ma nyamanya ba physical manana aba me kpoma na ma wait aluzim zone ya ma va zone le Ghana manya nya vio ga ka mie da akpa na mawu mi ato va wo mi fo ma kaji ba mi afa la mo lisesien agbanu agake egba ganye memiragbe Eye mi gala Ceana Central ji. Fifi life ya de. Amo moton ke mi akpom. Ta mi break via the take gede. Na mi amo won now mi na mi asron, mi agilao, mi afa hiavio, mi avio, mi afa futode. Na mi aga trova, na mi akpa amave via the cho Washington DC. Nya sela klo nu kwala mi ga ya fiaro ko mi ga troga back me. Don't touch that dial. Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Matidio, why you back better? Matidio, why you be fear? Matidio, hanaba flebula. Mawu why da wo akboga. Matidio, why you be fito? Matidio, why you be fino? Matidio, hanaya brochila. Mawu why da wo akboga. Matidio, mbafavio. Matidio, ola for was ola for vegila. Matidio, make a fabio. Matidio, la menace na wo la hayala. Esela se, abeto me kude. Awala le, yata ya be ya we. Esela se, abeto me kude. Awala le, yata ya be ya we. Esela se, abeto me kude. Awala le, yata ya be ya we. Esela se, abeto me kude. Awala le, yata ya be ya we.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Yo, mama, makpɔbɛ bɛ kplɔ amɔ me bi eva ɖe va ge ɖe kadzi. Yo, mekubi adzagbagba ne mia ani subscribe ne mia ma wɔ na ba le ke mama gble ne. Mama, meku ebe amekpekpe aɖe le mia dome egba meku atua introduce mia be egba ba amekpekpe ke le mia dome.
Miato Minya, she's a very special person to me. I keep talking about how she's so dedicated to the works of Everland. It is our very own 2026 convention manager, Miss Abla Tofa. But don't think, buddy, must have a bow. Do serve a bunto. Magba jam, buddy, ala abales, Sarah music, but Majigola Bonanyoga Miapo, a vonchuniada. I love banana because me America a bunch could go line and I keep telling her that. So me pum day. Now my always on Miss Abla Tofa, 2026 convention manager. Hello, sweetie. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Medical me phone.
Devia chinanvo. Devia chinanvo la. Where's Zokova, Ceana Central G?
Thank you.
How you doing though? How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's always a pleasure to be here with the family. That's what I'll say.
I know you're working very hard for the convention. given the opportunity again, would you still want to be the convention manager, or after this you're like, you know what, I'm done?
Well, let's finish this one first. But I do event management as a profession, so it's already something that I do anyway. So it's I don't want to say it's second nature, but I can't run. Even if I don't do Ceana, I still have to do it somewhere else to pay the bills. So why not do it from my homeland?
Awesome. Miantro misama aba event planner. Nam nyaba domalesho. Don't even venture here. Elaba dona na no show because we don't get me started. Okay, miako wana ko hiji. Aha. Ofo Steve anyada la show na bia Abla fi mi hiji.
Do ma biaba agbasho ade do me change it from updates to like an advertisement for Ayo, Abla, welcome again to Ceana Central. You know, you are always welcome to the show to give us updates. We know there is a lot. We took a little break, so I'm sure most of our viewers are yearning to hear what are some of the updates for this convention. They have been preparing for so long, and Mama Empress, Mawusi, and the PR team is doing a great job to try and keep us posted with a lot of information, but we would like to hear from you. So your open statement, please.
Sure. So if I may, because I know there's maybe some first-time viewers joining us, so they don't really know what Ceana is. So I'll just walk through what to expect over the weekend and then start giving updates as to it pertains to each event or each day. So if you saw my post from online, TikTok, Instagram, and you're joining us, welcome. I'm excited to invite you to Ceana 2026 in the DMV, Washington, D.C. metro area. And Ceana is it's a 4-day weekend where all the Eves are across the country get together. It's the largest gathering of Eves in the United States, Canada, or outside of the Eve land in general. And we basically converge on one major city to have fun, but raise funds to give back to our homeland. So we are starting the weekend off on Thursday, September 3rd, with a welcome party, which is the Capital Soiree Masquerade Party. We've already started circulating those posters. So please, if you're not on our platform, if you'd like to learn more, we'll share our information on how to get those details. So that is Thursday. Friday, we typically have a excursion, and we're going to be going for a tour, DC, to hop on, hop off tour. We'll do some sightseeing in DC. Then we'll come back to the hotel that evening for the cultural night, which is the LA Cultural Explosion. So it'll be very authentic LA dancing, drumming, performances, drama. So, get your kaba and slit together, come as an authentic Ewe person, or just African attire. If you're not of Ewe descent, maybe you're Cameroonian, wear your cultural attire. It's fine. We're all Africans. So just come and be a part of us. Saturday, we do our general session. We do a bit of a fundraising. And then that evening, we have our banquet dinner dance. And this year's theme is Kente or Kete Ball. So if you haven't already, solicited your tailors back home, let them know that you have Kente. They have to sew you the finest Kente. Get the ladies, get your corset together. And then on Sunday, we crown the weekend with a glorious church service. This year's theme is all white. And that's the church service. And then after the church service, we go to a picnic. And then we have all of the Ewe delicacies that you can think of. There will be, frying abelikaklo. There will be yakaeke. Somebody will be making fufu and akle in the park, abolo, everything you can think of, we're going to have it. And then we come back to the hotel for some after parties, some more fellowship and getting together. Some people just, exchange numbers before they see, till they see each other till next time. And we do it all again next year in another city, which would be Boston. So that and all is what Ceana, the Ceana weekend looks like. However, it's not just that weekend. You have to do the fundraising. We collect funds throughout the year. You can go online and, make your contributions before you get to Ceana. We have sponsorship packages. We have vendor tables. There's many ways you can participate. If you're local to the DMV area, I'll even extend it to Delaware. We have a cultural group, and our cultural group is the Volta Dance Ensemble. It's 40 years this year, and we meet every Sunday. And this is where our youth come to learn about their Ewe culture. Our theme this year is preserving culture and inspiring generations. And the DMV area, we've been doing that for 40 years. So if you're in the area, if you're willing to drive, we meet every Sunday in Silver Spring. And you'll get to see us on the cultural night on Friday, September 4th. Is that the 4th? Yeah, that's the 4th. So that and all is the Ceana weekend. And then I think I'll yield the mic back to our host so that way they can ask questions about the weekend that I've just shared with you all.
Yo, yo, Abla, akpe, aba aleke eglonyado aka fika mamadi, aba kemiatwa akma ya alo. Ma weekend akata kwe ma wododo ramia. Kado
Yes, weekend akata kwe magaka. Abla 2 hour show itama hiaba na blo makata shibakana.
I know.
Oh, sister.
But we want to know. We have to let the people know, the newcomers, what's going on that weekend. Yeah, so we have to catch them up.
American baby, American baby. I want to drive through. I got to go drive me through.
We have to drive through the weekend and paint the picture because we have some competing. Well, now we have to pick up the pace. We have some competing events.
Let's ask how many people have registered to attend Ceana. You know, I want to know where the excitement, I mean, how many people are coming, you know, I got to get my clothes together, you know.
Yes, get your clothes together. So we have, as of this morning, we have 645 people registered.
640.
645.
45. And the hotel is going to be able to accommodate all of us.
Well, you got to hurry up and register. We don't know. So, I mean, right now, we still have rooms left. So it all depends on how quickly you register. But what I can tell you is there will be no registering on site. No one will be collecting any money on site. If you come to that hotel and you say you want to register, I will personally tell you to go home because you should have registered before you got here because we won't be able to accommodate that. We want our people.
Much you are not going to be entertaining the Ghana kind of.
We want to make
or procrastinating.
We want to have a very nice event, and if we stress our people to where they have to also be collecting, they won't be able to enjoy Ceana or actually even perform well. Where you can also enjoy Ceana as well too. We want our people to be well rested and be able to serve our guests and not be exhausted because when you're exhausted you can get grumpy, and we don't want any of that. We want things to be very efficient and very organized. And we realize that if we're able to organize ourselves beforehand, then we can give you guys a much better event. And that is our goal, is that our people are spending money to come here. And we don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I came to Ceana and it was disorganized. I had to wait in line this long for this. I didn't get a seat or all these things. It's not fun. So we don't want that to happen. So we want to be very organized. And two, we want to make sure everyone is seated and accommodated. And we're only able to do that if we're able to make sure that everything is done beforehand, so that way there's no confusion that weekend. So we are being very, very strict about no registering on site. There will be a cutoff. So it's either when it sells out or when we reach the cutoff date, which will be announced on, which will be publicly announced shortly as well too.
Yo, okay, Abla Marku Umabialo, Gakaf Mabio, Ania Biada, Miato. Novinho Fonyo Daniel. Abla Yenya Miapa this year event, a convention manager. Abla Agbo Blumper, a Payama convention, Mikomajek September the 3rd. I recorded on the 7th. Ye will naminya a summary of a new KG get that weekend. Ye opa mi koma jega cho yoragbe man mi badua yo a welcome a party a woga nami in a form of a masquerade party. Kako menya ba masquerade a jeba me shama nai no ave play loko yone a blind small namia do akopo
vi mo yone ba blind solo
loko yone oh yeah, the masquerade cover.
It's called mask.
Yeah, Baku, I'm a couple me abonku. Ya couple me abonku, man. I can ya no pomlo, Nemiava, Nemiadwagbe.
I was saying, Miato, Lokoyona mask, but me, Marokuming the comment section. Minglo Miapo comment. So, any question you have for Abla, and how do you call mask in is it BB sample? BB sample? Oh, that's not it.
Yes, the people should put it in the chat so I can also
put it
learn.
in the chat and we'll read
it.
22 people watching. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah,
Any question?
akama kwaba ni dakpe ni asa for gbeni ta na mianya logo ya na maxa. Yo ba a masquerade ni party wagara na mi ajo ni mi na mianya le ka wo yo ni. Ka na anuke afira gba mi abaka machiawa o ha o meeting o gami na ba call meeting. Ha ma gba mi gada excursion. Yeta mi enyamo kata ngu blogger yenye enyagbogbo mo o blogger yi yemi ba yi de a registration ma registration mo blomba ama alofa ade bla en waton yema a register ho me ama mi lelo emi le me me emi kpo gada June kaka mi aba gada July aba yi de August so event agoma jege September lo yema ama 645 or register ho. Yemo boglomba. Egba yemi lafia a hotel. Gomeliba na register hana po hotel. Gaka mi biaga the capacity of the hotel. Eta nyakata kuinyapa. Na egalafma ye boglomba ya gbojidi afia register ka apeyamapa na makponia apeyamapa a convention toge etamia de kuku about 645 awu Denver Toba registration mami bewo Dallas store nyama have over full attendance number yeta gakami akpoba Novio 645 agba May 16th or register hoa ka Maraku magatotaba echo alo echo magbafi a register ka Maraku we shireka. Abla okay yo mabazu interpretator ko akamia yiji. Kafi fiade abla ye gboglomba
No,
am
coffee mia yijia mia the comments via the
Maraku yo.
Patience are not cheap boating, but we thank God for traveling messages for you guys. Welcome back, everyone. Sister Akpeni Abochi Haba, that is my convention manager, my girl. She is awesome. Ceana is fortunate to have you. Akpeni Gaba, there is no other place to be on Labor Day weekend than Ceana 2026 in the capital. This is a must-attend convention. Eyo Gaba, Indy, my queen, and my in-law. Yeah, and Tachogbe. Ihaba mask is called Nkumachonu. Afi ofo Lawrence Dagadu haba mask is Kababotovi. Oh, Kakabotovi. 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 Afi Antachogbe mask is Amochonu. Start putting haba Bibi Sanku is mask. Okay.
Maza eva tonko gado eta yo akpe davilo akpe dav.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
Oh no. Yeah, you kwima akpe na mi ma kuno na baba oba maza etonko gado America bigana me all the different names of maxa. Ye kata kwinya ba America kata minya what the max is America kata mi left lady. Da kemi aple hey kemi no nu pom lo mi give me aba na maraka lomo lo yo etani mi aple hey ke ya no nu pom yo ka abla marakumia iji aba in terms of registration we are doing extremely well with 645 it does appear but no it is evident but this convention is going to be sold out sooner or later. Yes. One would ask, after registration, what should you expect?
Great question. So once you register, what I beg everyone should read their email in its entirety, because some of the questions that are asked, or even maybe the tone the questions come in, the answers in the email. When you get your confirmation email after you've registered, if you've made a group purchase, all your tickets are in one email. When you read all the way to the bottom, you'll see that it'll tell you when to expect your hotel confirmation email, which is typically a month after you have registered. So some people call in an extreme panic or maybe even upset, and there is no need to panic. There is no need to worry. There is a system with how we do this. If you're able to select the hotel when you register, the hotel is still available. So there's no need to worry that it's sold out. While yes, at this moment, we do have less than 100 rooms. If you go and register today and you're able to select the room, that means the room is still available. We will announce when we are officially sold out of the hotels, and we will not allow people to be able to book if there's no more hotel available. With that being said, yes, if once that's done, then you'll get the hotel confirmation, which we typically also announce when you get that confirmation. And it's then when you see that you don't have those emails, then give us a call to check so we can see what's going on, to also make sure that you've gotten the confirmation. If you register and you don't get any email from us, please let us know so that way we can look into see what's going on, to make sure that you've registered on the correct website. You weren't sent to a fraudulent link, and there's just no issues going on in the back end. So, but I rest assured when it comes to the hotel, because I think that seems to be where people get very nervous. Please read your email and you'll see what the next steps are in regards to the hotel.
Okay, so I've had several questions, and I'm sure just about all of us have had questions about, because typically we are used to, when you are doing the registration, we normally used to two portals, right? So you have the registration portal, you go and you do the registration, and then it takes you to the hotel portal where you do the hotel reservation, and right there and then, you get your confirmation. But in our case, everything is in one portal. The only difference here is that during the registration process, you would have to indicate if you need a hotel room or not. So when you check needing a hotel room, then it goes further to ask you the type of room that you wanted. And once you check that, then that is all that you need to do for now. Immediately after registration, you would get a registration confirmation, but the hotel hotel reservation confirmation would come later. Is that the case?
That's correct. It's your registration confirmation first, and that's what you'll get immediately. The hotel confirmation will come at a later date. So if I get a call about hotel and then it's the same day you registered, that tells me you didn't read your confirmation email. And we want to make sure you also read that because you want to make sure that even sometimes we're typing, sometimes we also spell our own names wrong. So you want to make sure you're reading that email to make sure that even the details that you've given to us are accurate, because that's what we give to the hotel. So if you spell your name wrong on your registration, that's how the name is going to go to the hotel. Or if your email address is wrong, that's how it'll go to the email. And sometimes those are the reasons why we're missing things too. Sometimes we just miss a letter or actually make a typo with our email addresses as well too. So sometimes that may be the reason why you're not able to locate things. So please, again, give us a call. While we may not answer 24 hours, when you call us, we will certainly return your call. So please don't feel shy to give us a call and ask about these questions so we can help you locate the information you're looking for as well.
Okay, so let me piggyback on that. So with the registration confirmation, it means that, okay, you've taken our money and therefore we are assured that when we show up, we would have a place. But when we do get the reservation, the hotel reservation confirmation later, what do we do with that? Is there anything that we need to do at this time?
So when you get the confirmation, there is nothing that you need to do at this time. The only thing that you would want to make sure is that, again, that your name is spelled correctly. And it's more important to make sure your name is spelled correctly on your hotel confirmation, because that is where you'll need to provide your ID to check in with the hotel. So you want to make sure it's a bit more accurate there, so that way you don't have any issues. When it comes to registration check-in, we're a little bit more familiar with our name. So we'll be, if there's a typo, we'll be able to kind of determine, okay, it's the same person, but the hotel, they may not be able to do that. So you want to make sure that those details are very accurate as well as your check-in and your checkout date. You want to make sure that is also accurate as well. You want to make sure that you're arriving on the right date. If it says the 3rd and you're actually arriving on the 4th, you want to correct that, because if you don't, you will still pay for the 3rd. So these are details you want to make sure are correct. If you require maybe an accessible room, mobility room, you want to make sure that we have that also recorded as well too. And that's details that you want to record during registration, not afterwards. If you let us know that you need an accessible room during your registration process, the registration time, we will communicate to that hotel as well that you need an ADA accessible room.
Okay, before I get to Mama, though, the last question that I have in this segment is that, so we are all used to, or let me say, most of us are used to traveling, and we do stay at hotels. When you are making hotel reservations, one of the first things they asked is your credit card, your credit card to hold the room, though. But in this case, are we required to give, to place our credit card on file when we do get the hotel reservation confirmation?
Not yet. You will, but not yet. So once the hotel is fully sold out, then we'll do the next step together for the whole group. We didn't want it to be confusing and all over the place. We want to make sure that everybody gets that credit card authorization form at the same exact time. So once the hotel is completely sold out, then we'll make that announcement that the hotel has now also sent out the credit card authorization form. So, and once that is sent out, you want to make sure that you do complete that, because that's what confirms your room. If that's not complete, then the hotel may say that, okay, we can open this room back up for you to accommodate other people because it wasn't confirmed by a credit card. However, again, those details will be communicated. That is not something that we have to do at this time. We will make sure that it's well communicated here on Ceana TV, on all our platforms, and as well as an email from Ceana as well, that this email is coming out to our attendees to make sure that they secure their room.
Yo, Mama, doing.
Yes, Abla, thank you so much for the clarity on most of these questions that we keep answering. Another thing I want to ask about the hotel room, are we ever going to get the chance to select if we want 2 beds or 1? Because, in the past when we registered, we were like, oh, I want 2 beds. Then you can share with someone else. This time around, would eventually get the chance to select how many beds we want in a room.
So if you are registering now, that option has been turned off. However, so I will just say this, I'll be very transparent with our group. The request for double beds is more than what the hotel has built. This hotel was built several years ago, and they already have a certain amount of double beds and a certain amount of standard beds and a certain amount of suites. And for our group, we are a very large family group. So a lot of people come with their families. And I'll just use, for example, let's just say the hotel, this is an example, so no one should take this literally, but let's just say the hotel has 200 rooms. And 100 of those rooms are double beds, 100 are king beds, but we have 150 people who want the double beds. Some of those 150 people will not get what they have requested. However, the request has been noted. We do communicate it to the hotel. If the hotel has that room available when you arrive, that's the room they're going to give you. As long as it's available, they'll give it to you. They will not deny it. But once it's not available, they will accommodate you in the next best option, which may be the king bedroom. And not saying that's guaranteed, but there will be a few of you that may not get exactly what you requested, especially now if you're registering at this point in time. If you registered earlier, that may not be the case. But if you're registering now, the likelihood of you getting that preference is a lot slimmer. So we do want to manage expectations. What we recommend is, bring air mattresses. You can bring extra bedding, especially those who are driving. It may not be ideal, but the hotel cannot build double beds when you're at the desk screaming and upset about it. So let's do our best to also make sure that we have the best time that we can. If we're able to, hopefully some people may cancel. You never know. We never know what happens. Some people may have an emergency where these rooms free up, but we just want to manage expectations and let some people know that you may not get what you requested, but we'll do our best to accommodate you so you can have the best time at Ceana.
I love the way you answer the questions, my dear. Talking about cancellations, right? If for some reason I have an emergency, I can't make it to Ceana Day, are you going to refund my money back to me? And do you have a cutoff date I should put in that request?
Yes, that's a great question. So yes, if you register, we will refund you as long as it's communicated to us within 30 days before the start of Ceana. For some people, if it's medical, that one may be case by case, but the latest is 30 days prior to the start of Ceana. And that's actually a little bit past when we have to give basically a little bit past the hotel's deadline for us. So we're taking a bit of a risk with the 30 days because we actually have about 6 weeks before we start to give the hotel our final numbers to where we wouldn't be able to get any refund. So as long as it's communicated to us in advance, we will give you the refund. Now, if Ceana has already started and it's now September 10th and you're looking for a refund, it'll be very challenging to do so because at this point we've paid everybody. So we wouldn't be able to get to issue a refund at that point. But as long as it's communicated to advance, a lot of people have different reasons. Some people, their children are starting school that week. So now things have changed because they have to take their kids to college. So some people are reaching out that they have to cancel. We will issue the refund. Some people are not getting the requested documents they need to travel and they need to cancel. So that's not a problem. We will not hold your money as long as, so we ask you to register. If you find out that you cannot come, we'll take care of you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you so much. Fifiade, mia na comments na mia I take a little break. Mia kata mia va nuchi. Da mia na comments yoka ava Annette Chogba. Oh, sister, sorry for not pronouncing your name well. Aba yepon kwanya Annette Chogba, beautiful name. Annette Chogba Gaba. Abla is very efficient and very organized. No doubt you are good at what you do. We love you and our president. Auntie Akpeni. My name again is Annette Chogba. Annette, my love on your haga kanya my love osia. Akpano kaka. Aha. Philo Dakeba, looking forward to it. Koshiwa. Oh, that's a nice name. Koshiwa. Abla will dodgy keke. You are the very best and we love you. Sister Vivian Newman Hamber, I would like to take this opportunity to wish my husband happy and healthy birthday, my darling. From me and all the children, we say we love you so much. Oh, Sister Vivian, hello.
Happy birthday.
I don't message at them quietly, buddy. My wish birthday. Oh, but one more church. No time talk about Shima. Oh, Sister Vivian. No, bomb last year. Happy birthday, Fosti. We love you so much. Yes.
Happy birthday, Fosti. You are baby. Happy birthday to the neighbor.
Gracefully. Akpano kaka, Sister Vivian. That is my sweet Abla on point. You make DC proud. Happy birthday. Abanka, happy birthday, Nka. There's something blocking my happy birthday in-law. Okay, all right. Those are the comments we have right now. Keep the comments rolling in. 21 people watching us. Let me throw me a year 40, 22. Let me throw me a 42. We'll be right back. We're gonna take a little break. Don't touch the dial. Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
I have a dream. I have a dream that Ceana 2026 will be great.
Yes.
I have a dream again.
Yes.
That from New York to Boston, from Chicago to Toronto, all will be here in Washington, D.C. to make Ceana great.
Este kokosa kele lizashi. Ela fanya ma ngogbado la kofashi. Hey, the wado ka kuku. Akoga nam lali alo ajiba mata kuku. O salami, akosuma Naomi. Hey, Vanessa Biko, Fanemia Tadito. Bajelato goma, Namia Potateragito. Gidi Gagi, Gentoma Fokiko. Este kokosa kele lizashi. Ela fanya ma ngogbado la kofashi. Hey.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland. Nyasala klon pola modo we zonami cover Ceana Central. Enye Empress Mawusi enye ganya to bazuku. Enyo ganya ba Mama Saduji. Egba Miller Ceana Central G with the beautiful Abla Tofa. Enye 2026 convention manager. No matter how many times we come here, people always have millions of questions. And no matter how much we answer her, they'll still ask the same question again. But she's very patient, she's very, very patient. And Komiako wana ako IEJ. Abla, I want to ask, just in case the hotel is sold out and maybe you have maybe 300 other people who want to register to come to Ceana. Are you guys planning? Do you have a backup plan to get an overflow hotel?
Well, if I have 300 people waiting to register, I will absolutely go and get another hotel because we don't want to put ourselves in a financial, situation where the people don't show up. So if the demand is there, absolutely. But if the demand is not there, then I don't see the need to go and get the hotel. So we have to see that the number, so people have to register. If the hotel sells out and then 300 people more register and say that, hey, we need I'll go and get another hotel immediately. So but we have to see the demand. There has to be demand so we can supply the rooms.
Demand and supply. Accounting rooms. All right, let's go on. So pretty much everything boils down to registration. You have to register. And the share the bromila, it boils down to registration. Everything that has to be done, it has to boil down to registration. I don't know how much more miaga blue. Anyway, Mia Bialo, Sister Abla, Eskashinade, is it part of the full package?
It is not part of the full package.
It's not.
It's an enhancement or an extra or added on feature to the full package. So full package is $269, and then excursion is $87 more on top of that. So there's basically two full package options. There's one with excursion and one without the excursion. Let me, hold on, I have the website up, so let me quote the correct price. I should know the correct price. So let me correct the correct price for those who want to do excursion. Mm-hmm. For adults, it's $356 for adults for excursion, and then $269 for regular package.
Awesome. So if I register and I did not initially pay for the excursion, can I always go back and add on?
Yes,
or I still need to call you.
No, there is an option for excursion only. Maybe because there's some people who are local to maybe they just moved to DC, they're gonna stay at home and they only want to come to Ceana to go for the excursion. You can buy an excursion only ticket.
Oh, okay.
That's no problem. Some people, maybe you're trying to also budget how you purchase. Maybe you don't have the money to pay for everybody at this very second. So maybe you'll say, let me register my family now in May, and then June, let me buy the excursion ticket. That may be another way to go ahead and create your own, payment plan.
Right. Anyo tak fika we na ba mi yim le excursion aji. Ye na mi yi ha odon kuji ba mi yi da fiade ma mi yi Houston na mi va yi da Houston na ameyo excursion na ba mi va kpon dudu odi. This time they ameyo excursion yi ga on dudu poga.
Yes.
Ye fika we mi yi na.
Well, there'll be lunch. We'll bring lunches along. They'll actually be delivered.
Somebody really wants to talk to you, huh?
Yes. I think they're trying to ask Ceana questions, actually.
Oh my goodness.
They should join the show so that way they know that.
Do you want a minute so that we can play some commercials and come back?
If they call again, maybe.
Yes, right.
But they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Okay.
So, right. Sorry. So yes, we are going to have we'll have a picnic lunch, and the lunch will be delivered to us on the picnic grounds during Ceana. So we will feed. It won't be the same meals that they're having back at the hotel that day, but there will be a lunch provided that is that will be appropriate for being eating outdoors and whatnot. So there will be food provided for everyone.
Okay, Akbar. And some people can go on the excursions by themselves privately. They don't necessarily need to join the bus.
They would need to join the well, if they're paying to come, yes, they would need to join the bus.
They would need to. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it would be ideal. I mean, if you just come on your own to join, I mean, don't expect to eat. Do not expect to be part of anything that is being offered to Ceana attendees. I would say that you can come, but you should not. There shouldn't be an expectation to get lunch, to ride the bus, to anything that is being offered to Ceana to the paying attendees. So it is an open air place. So yes, you could join us, but you wouldn't be entitled to anything Ceana related because you wouldn't have a wristband. So,
Steve, what about you?
Yo, akpa, Marco, Mabia, Abla, Yemino, Ajadoma, Agloba, Ebieba, 50 hotel is sold out. Yeah, we should have a situation about 300 people are ready to register. What would they do? They would, they will readily go and find an overflow hotel. But as of now, there is no option for an overflow unless the situation calls for it. Yeta America magado jidangu ba ya gbojidi ba na yematan pogoma le the Marriott akala Bethesda hawa leka ya ye hotel ada pogo do hi ma jojoga na mo it America magado mu de hamangu you kwenye a word of caution yemabamana gakaya ablaba. Should there be the situation where we have a huge number that are still willing to register after this hotel is sold out that day? Kado Gboglomba, Marakumabia Abla, Kade, the capacity, Nyantaminyaba, a Homemina Nuawagala. We, this all the events essentially will be happening in banquet halls or in halls. What is the capacity of the hall? Assuming the hotel sold out at about 800 or 1,000 attendees day, and we still have an excess number of people who want to register. Do we have to look for an overflow banquet hall too, or this hotel, the Marriott in Bethesda, would be able to accommodate the overflow number? Let me put it that way.
So if we were to sell off the hotel, we still have an overflow. And as far as the banquet space is concerned, we do have space. Once that sells out, we will not be going for an overflow space. Our ballroom can take about 1,300 people. So even when we sell out in the hotel, we're expecting the local people that are in the DC area to maybe just come for dinner, dance. Maybe some people just drive from New York for a weekend just to have dinner. So we will be able to the prayer is that we'll be able to accommodate everyone, but we will not be going for an overflow space if we exceed that 1,300. The hotel can accommodate us. We're hoping to do everything in one room as well too, but should there be a need to have an overflow, the hotel can still accommodate us in another space.
Okay, so meaning that no matter the number, we will be able to accommodate, and it would be done. The accommodation would be at the host hotel, which is the Marriott.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yeah, the hotel it's a very large. So the hotel it's considered a conference. It's the Bethesda Marriott Hotel Conference Center. So if you were with us in Colorado, it's a little similar to how that hotel is, except it's actually 2 levels. So there's 2 floors of banquet space. So it's a fairly large. It's a fairly large hotel. So there'll be a lot of walking for our attendees as well too. So do bring comfortable shoes because it is a very big hotel.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we've talked about the excursion package, and you're saying, it is a separate package, but it can be bought together, right?
Yes.
Okay, so one would ask, I think that was a question that Empress was trying to ask. What are the places that we intend to visit?
Yes.
Could you give us some of the sites?
Sure. So we do intend on, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to curate our own personal hop on, hop off tour. I'm sure other major cities like New York and Chicago, they may have something similar. to that as well too. But it's not the same bus. I know on our advert there's a double-decker bus with the open roof. We will not be using that kind of bus. That was another question that was coming in. But we'll go and visit a lot of the monuments like the Lincoln Memorial, the MLK Memorial, Jefferson Memorial, the Washington Monument. The excursion committee actually also met last weekend. We went to DC. So we also try to go and experience what the people are going to experience as well too. So we went back to DC because we had a lot of feedback about going to the National African American Museum of History and Culture. So we went last weekend to see how we can also incorporate that into the Hop On, Hop Off tour last weekend. So there'll be more details to come because we'll see how we'll be able to work that in as well. Because it's important to bridge that gap. That has a lot to do with, our brothers and sisters who were taken from us years ago. This is their museum that they have here now that we'll go to. And then what else is there? Yeah, I think that's it. We'll just go out to all the monuments, and then that may be one of the museums that we'll see. Right now we have 2 buses that are full, and we are going to stop once the 3rd bus is full. And so we have about 100 and we have almost 150 people registered for the excursion. So if you are interested in going to the excursion, I would hurry up and register now because we will be closing that very soon.
Okay, yo, miato kanya malo ka miaba registration 645 ema mi register ho miadak ba manyaglo da nami ba mi chokaba da he angunya mabui ba am alafa da register by mail, and I could be wrong. Kanya mabui for mean conventional 150 at the prejiji kakanya madonku I care am over 600 registered by in mail, over 600 registered in by May. May I'm up one crowd. I check where you go, Mima and Yalechiama. Ye me got the second half of the month. It me go ye me registered well, Kajabemi children cover. Yema excursion I have 50 like over 150 yema is excursion yim over bus the calculate for Togakamala Shoba. Her name is Subualaka. What one G a bus anami ne mia ayida excursion tajaba shama nacho damu kaba yo ka mia yiji abla ka fifia mia ba registration na afọ chom alaka gbegbe ye mia ba hotel ade amare bia biaga ba a hotel ade a honey near low in terms of capacity the capacity at the global, it could be about 800, 1,000 a day. Are we in the right ballpark? Namo nanya, not the over calculation or on kaba.
So for the hotel's room capacity is actually, we have 450 rooms. So the amount of people registered is not actually indicative of how many people have occupied the room, because some people they registered in groups of 5s and 6 and whatnot. But we have 450 rooms, and right now we have less than 100 rooms left. So please register. So that's the best. Like I said, there's less than 100 rooms left. So if you are interested in staying at the main hotel, register. I don't know you want to come until you register. So yes, please register.
Okay. So you did mention much earlier that they would, you are not anticipating to have a registration on site. Could I also ask that, what about those who like to go on the excursion? Are you likely to accept, the latecomers who want to get on the excursion on site?
No, it will be everything needs to be done beforehand, because everything will be accounted for before, like the lunches. Madam President, also VP1 also just dropped in the comment, there will be hot lunches. So we need to have all this information beforehand. We know people have dietary restrictions, allergies, so we need people to be registered in advance so that way we can accommodate you on that trip. Again, if we last minute things, sometimes it makes things unpleasant. So if you do know you want to go on that excursion, then please do register in advance, because the bus is actually almost sold out. So at this rate, there wouldn't be a way to accommodate you later on, because we have to pay for your seats as well too. If 20 people show up that day, how do we get you there? There's no seats to get you there. Mm-hmm. So, but there is metro.
Let me ask, talking about dietary restrictions. Are we allowed to indicate what kind of diet we would like to eat on to be part of the hard pack lunch?
Well, the way you phrase the question, I'm going to say no.
Well,
Because of the way you phrased it.
If you have mind reading how low.
Yeah, so we're not looking for dietary requests. We're actually looking for actual dietary restrictions, things that are affect your health. There's some people who are on low sodium diets. There are people who are on low carb diets because of they're diabetics. Some people can only eat soft foods because maybe they've had a stroke and they can't. So those are the things we're looking for: seafood allergy, peanut allergy, especially for the American-born kids that you're bringing along. Those of us born here, we have allergies for some reason, and the common ones are peanut and shellfish. Those are the things we want to know. Gluten-free, those are the things we want to know because we don't want anyone to have a medical emergency when they're with us. So those are the things when we're saying dietary restrictions. We want to know if it's just a preference. I don't like, I prefer, palm nut soup over ajidechi. Then no, we don't care.
So I can put in my request for some burgers with some, cool beer as part of my as part of my request.
Well, just your luck. If you like burgers, there's some restaurant just actually opened across the street from the hotel where they'll sell burgers. So I'll recommend you there. So you can make the request. And then I'll send you a link to that restaurant so you can order on Uber Eats.
Hey, Mama Marco, over here, burger and beer over near Hama. Take another break.
Yes, Abla, talking about emergencies in anticipation of hosting such a large crowd. What has DC put in place in terms of emergency and security? Because there's bound for chaos to break out. So we want to find out the Dokaweli for security play emergency.
Okay, that's a great question. Actually, I'm glad you brought that. So this year we have a committee, we have a protocol committee this year. This is DC, so some of these things are kind of, we're used to having to follow some protocol for those of us who work in DC or might work in the government or whatnot. So there'll be a protocol committee, and we also have security as well too that are creating our a plan to keep things very efficient, to make sure that we have crowd control, how to escalate things in the case that there's an emergency. If situations where, like last year, we had a child that was lost. We've had to have some people go to the hospital before, so we have these people in place, so that way, if such a thing occurs, we have an escalation process. So we're it's currently in the discussion. It hasn't been finalized, but it's something that we're actively working on to make sure that if something happens, we have a plan so that way we can quickly and swiftly and quietly, handle these matters.
Security afima noga nyaba miamado na mikpo police ko yuko miakwa jina boom na ma police ho afima noga ye miaga ba police abunaba ice ha onye olo.
Oh. There will not be any ice. There will not be any ice.
So we're gonna have security and policemen guarding us.
Because it's gonna be a very large crowd.
Yes.
And typically, especially in this area, when there's a bar service, alcohol and stuff, but sometimes these places they actually require that just to make sure that people are well behaved. We want to make sure no one's trying to sneak in, because that can cause some chaos, because someone who paid versus someone who's sneaking, they might get upset, and we don't want anyone to bump heads or anything like that. So we'll have security in place to help us control the crowd, because 1,300 is a lot of people. So we'll need to be able to get everyone in safely and efficiently so we can have a great time.
Okay, we are going to be talking to Sister Abla about the plans they have for the youth, youth-specific programs that they have planned for this year. That if you like, mahla comments via day, and then we'll take a little break. Where did I end? Okay, to wish my patience. I'm not Chibwatin, but happy birthday to you, brother Steve. Koshiwaba Ofo Steve, enjoy your special day. Mr. Akbenehaba, the second largest conference hotel in MD after the Gay Lord. Mr. Akbenehaba, hot lunch to be served at the excursion. Mr. Akbenehaba, yes, for example, peanut allergy. Yes, Mr. Akbenehaba Ofo Steve, you will be eating Owakuna Sakura at the excursion. Miedo kuku. Tanya Salakula Nukwala will be right back. Migaya Fianoko who don't touch that dial. Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
International Rehearsal 2, Day 1, right? It's DMV, baby. Don't mess with us. Joy, let's show them. Ready? Peace, baby. It's DMV, baby. Don't mess with us.
Mio, my vire marorete. Obite, higher.
excited with that. Tap on the person in front of you. Don't spank anybody. Then you go to facing 101.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Yeah, Abla. Okay, welcome back to Ceana Central. Agba minupumna Abla to fire miapa 2026 convention manager. Yemi Ejedon play. We are having a lot of fun. Aka Abla Marco ani Empress Mawusi manana nyaba a nurse practitioner yena or any emergency benya oblong yoga in terms of security extra in General Marcus. It a nurse for medical emergencies. Medical emergencies are
We are covered.
You are covered. You don't need security, huh? General Marcus, I command the whole.
Then we need to add him to the platform. So please tell me his name. I can add him to the please.
She got you covered. Anyhow,
Obviously, we are very funny.
Oh, maybe I can talk a hangout. I'm a quality no you up and down the
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I'm a papa, during the break, I'm a user, they are very actively involved. Yeah, youth activities at the convention has always been one that you have been so passionate about. You have bugged me enough. So now, now that we are coming to DC Day, what can we promise our youth? How could they be involved besides the cultural night? Because it does appear that the only time we are able to feature the youth is during the Friday cultural night. Either they are having had a cultural exhibition or they're having some fashion show. That seems to be the only avenue we create for them during the convention. But I'm sure that you do have a package for the youth this year. Can you enlighten us?
Yes, we do have we have different options for the youth this year, and their activities will actually incorporate them to different elements of the event. So example for the Ceana Kids Camp, that's something very new. We've gone back and forth about should the kids have their own space over the years, and one thing that I have noticed, going to Ceana in different states, that again DC we seem to have a more robust Ewe community here, especially when it comes to keeping the kids connected. So some of the other associations, they don't have, a cultural group, they don't have Ewe churches. So a lot of our youth here in the diaspora, the only time they're exposed to the Ewe culture is Ceana. So we want to make sure that during this Ceana Kids Camp, the kids get to learn how to say Nkonyenye Abla. They learn a little bit of Agbaja and Bobo, so that way they can dance at cultural night, because we see a lot of kids that are feeling left out because they don't know what's going on. As well as learning the anthems, so that way they can sing the anthems, during general session or the banquet dinner, whenever that happens, and then learn some Sunday school songs, so that way they can also participate in the church service. So the idea is that within their activities, what they learn, they also come and be part of the bigger program as well too. So that way they're still involved, and they'll remember, and then there'll be more of a reason for them to keep coming back over the years. So that's for in short for the kids, and then. We plan on having career panel discussions for the youth, for people who are just trying to find their way with the next steps after high school, after college and after high school, some college prep. So we're looking to getting some speakers to also come and talk to their students and the parents on what they can do to prepare their children for university. Another hot topic, which I think we have to take back to our drawing board, is a dating and relationship panel. However, it seems that all ages are actually very interested in this portion. So we are trying to strategize and see how we can make this more inclusive and not just for the young adults. There will also be some fitness. There'll be morning fitness classes every morning. We're looking into possibly doing a matcha and Pilates. So more to come on that. But the biggest event that we're going to do is on Monday. We're going to have a brunch. We're going to have our own rooftop brunch, just a block away from the hotel. More details to come. That's going to be. There will also be a dress code. It won't be all white, but it may be a polo Technicolor theme. Brunch buffet with one of the hottest DJs in the DMV. That will be, playing music for us. So, in short, that is some of the things that we have planned. What else? Yeah, I think that in short, that's most of what we have planned for the youth. And of course, yeah, we've seen the cultural night as well. And then you saw a snippet of some of the members who will be part of our youth choir as well too.
Great. So we should be looking forward to a whole variety of programs for the youth. So if you are a youth, Mia Basohe, Sahibio, Afayama, Blackbook Blomba, you have a lot of programs. Nami, Yeta, Mia Jagbagbana, Mia Glena, Mia Gila, Noah Register, Kaba, Mianto, Gale, Mia Shififia, Mia, Eta, America, Mianto Hami, the apostle, G apostle, Nemia, Ava Register, Kaba, Nemia Gilao. Magbeham, dear, Mercumianto me, Nemia, get in touch with Abla, Newanami, the whole rundown of a new care, Tuama, a Payama, because Mupopa Payama, to get a lekker Azalo.
As I say,
Yeah, Mama, Marculaka, like body.
Majiba Mabia sister Abla, but last year, me a Jagba upload Agbuti Yaove. This year, me plan by me musician at the blogger via na had a make me blog bonai.
So we are still working on that. And once that has been finalized, we will make an announcement on who, if we have someone, we will definitely make a big announcement on who.
So someone is definitely coming.
We're working on it. That's the plan. We are working on having somebody come. So hopefully we are not disappointed. But we don't want to prematurely announce something and then we have egg on our face.
Don't work out. Okay.
Yeah, but we want to make sure that we have everything in place so that way we can make a big announcement for us. Because the goal is to always have some type of celebrity artist.
Yes.
We could put on our flyers to promote our program so we can get more donors. We want to, we really want to redevelop our homeland. So
Akbar. Now let's talk about the Ceana sponsorship tiers. Okay. Recently, the marketing team reached out for me to post the sponsorship tiers, and it's very important when it comes to raising money. Let's Ceana, Madakuku. I think I shine a little light to the Jinamia.
So the sponsor is still fairly new to me, so I'm still trying to get the full understanding of it. So forgive me if I cannot answer or speak to it in its entirety.
Okay.
But in short, we have different, there's different packages that we are trying to encourage sponsors to go ahead and, donate to us and be featured in, throughout the program. And for our, our premium, should I call our premium? There's our platinum and gold sponsors. I'll just give the actual name for it. There's incentives for everyone. So we are just hoping that we're able to attract different businesses, individuals, different entities, maybe other organizations that are willing to, partner with us and be our sponsor, again, to help us raise funds so we can redevelop our homeland and give back to our people.
Akbar.
Yo, Marco, any sponsorship, I love a black blob. We've been talking about programs and activities during the Ceana convention. I got clear, me about do junior, but I'm a shaman, Nemiakpa Shide, Nemiakpa Leke Miako Joga, Yadodi, Nemiabe Peda Apo, Miavejra, Miade Do. Yenya Miapa do you can never me one Ceana convention. A sharp a dubu lema baleke abla a glean that come yabata do yenya a fundraising. Fundraising I me warm up a sharper. Gaka me up marketing team a payama. They have come up with some innovative ways I do me at a raise funds. Ye manya bamia vanemia bajoga the do kemia a gajolawa or got great opportunities. I can me have me a pongo melema. Yeta me have a marketing team for divine back there. That's an the over bag and me take a whole show. They me at the Yamokata Gomanami. Gaka pipi like the a mock polipa. Na a be a jogger. A cock for them young at one a jogger for ne a year. Me have a Ceana online and the website America and more katala. Yeah, Gakana here a number cocoha at one a yo. Me have a president and me have a vice president. Back let me have a convention manager. And the academic theory. Nemia Adamanami. Yet at the community, but we would have a complete show on the sponsorship because any nickel between Ceana Agbagba Jam Alaka Bagba. Gaka Ceana Bagbagba Jakata, a Kudem Yapa Gajojong. Itami Baba Ganimi Abadamana, Minyaba Epayama, a Gaka Jogamiala, a Peshapa, Iman Chomami there. Ni Ghana Grammy Weko Gaka a president Clomia me by the you house in Choma Amoda she a goma one nami a gagbuado in Choma Yemi Kokoje Yaba fundraising I got me I pay I'm a fundraising man no get bobu Minyaba Association Challenge Toha Oja Jramdo then Odo Pio Jramdo
So obviously, are you saying, but we can start giving? I mean, we can start donating, right? Or we have to wait for the convention?
No. Men here, we go to the convention before we donate. So you can. Some have already donated. We began it in Ghana, and while we raised over over 100,000 or thereabout in Ghana, there were people who donated in dollars and some donated in cedis. So the fundraising have already begun. So people can donate, and I can tell you in all confidence, but others have already begun donating and others have pledged, and the donation comes in form of direct donations or in pledges, and others have begun doing so already. So you can do so today as we speak. Yet America Mama said now 10,000 already America.
Oh, already ho. You'll be hearing from me.
So we'll be talking about it some more.
Okay. So we're gonna have a special show to address that. Okay.
Right. We'll bring the marketing team to come and tell us in detail the sponsorship. Abla is overly and she's overwhelmed with organizing a convention.
Oh my goodness.
Working with all factors to make the convention successful. So we wouldn't overburden her with the sponsorship.
Is that right?
Yes.
How about the vendors? Do we have any information about the vendors that will be coming to
Yes. Yes, so we actually just started circulating that the vendors. I think I've had one partial registration, still waiting for the complete registration. But yes, we do have vendors. There's two options. There's a standard table option and a premium table option. The standard table is one table. It's $200 for the entire weekend. Some people have asked me already to reduce the price, and it's not $200 per day. It is $200 from the September 3rd throughout the week. If September 7th, Monday morning, you still want to sell your goods, you can. But typically people wrap up by Sunday. But for the whole weekend, it's $200 to set up your table at Ceana, or $400 if you need. Some people have a lot more goods to sell. So it's $200 or $400 depending on the space that you need. It's for the entire weekend. What you'll do is you'll email info@ceana2026.org to let us know that you're interested in the vendor registration. We'll send you the vendor application form so that way we can get all your details as far as what you need. And so we can also know what your services are as well too. And then some people may need, there may be certain details that you might need. And then we also want to make sure people understand the rules and regulations as far as vending, as far as like we cannot sell food. If you sell kelawele, you cannot come there and fry kelawele at the hotel. So unfortunately, those are the type of vendors we would not be able to accept. But clothing, other goods, packaged foods, possibly, because we have some restrictions when it comes to food in that space. But yeah, just give us an email at info@ceana2026.org, or you can call me as well too, and then I can get your email and send you the information. But yeah, vendor registration is officially open, so it will be open till it's sold out.
Akbar. Steve, over to you.
Yo, Akbar, Manyaba, one of the other just before so that I don't lose my train of thought. Abna, you said something about having some resource sections for Miaba, be it high schoolers or those who have come out of college and they're looking for some opportunities. Reverend Martin Osaidi sent me a list of scholarships that our high school our high schoolers can begin applying. And he's a resource person. That is one area that he's so motivated and always want to share resources as to how we can equip our high schoolers so that they can go to college and debt free. So he should be one of the resource persons that maybe you want to link up with so that he can provide some support for us. Sunday church service seems to be one of the highlights of the convention. I'm sure coming to the DC area, church service is going to be off the hook. Can you give us a little, if you do, can you give us a little teaser as to what to expect for the Sunday church service this year?
Yes. Well, the video that played earlier from one of the previous commercial breaks, you saw the youth choir. So that's pretty much the little teaser that I really truly can give. You can see that we have youth involved in our LA churches here. Again, the DC area, we have an LA church community as well. And a lot of our, I would say a few of our youth are part of the churches as well. So we have a lot of young adults who, while they may not speak Ewe, they can sing in Ewe. I am one of them. That can do that because we grew up in that church environment. So that is something that you can look forward to see, that there's some young people that we truly, again, we live that preserving culture and inspiring generations. We truly embody that here in the DC area. So that definitely is truly one thing that you can definitely look forward to. The dress code is all white. If you're not aware, that flyer has also been circulating. So if you haven't gotten your all whites together, please, this is the time again to contact your tailors back home that you need the best all white dress, or kaba and flit, however you want to do it for Sunday service as well too. If you have to bring some Paul headgear too, why not add it? Bring the fascinators. Like we want to, like we're showing off that Sunday.
Okay. All right. So once we come out of church, we'll be heading to the picnic, right? Yes. We saw, I think there was one of the videos that was circulating, and Madam VP or President was out there flying some kaklo or some butukwe or something, So when we talk about picnics, everybody talks about Toronto. When Toronto and I think Denver also, not Denver this time around, the 2040 Denver that we went to, there was, people were, so tell us, what should we expect come Washington, D.C. picnic?
When it comes to DC picnic, you should expect to be transported back home without catching the plane to go there. It should, when you're driving down, like, what, I would say it would be the same thing, but all the, the things that you, like, when I'll use my experience, but like maybe when you're driving down a Flower Road, coming maybe from Togo back to Accra, right? And people are always selling at GPP and all these kind of goods and delicacies that you really can only get in the Volta region. You'll have it at the picnic. It's only the people will not be stopping your car, but you'll have people frying all these things, everything that you can dream of. Maybe if you're living somewhere in Wyoming where you don't have any Africans in your area, you're going to indulge when you come to our picnic. We'll be doing live drumming and dancing at our picnic as well too. Again, another hot DJ will be at our picnic. It's so all the food that you can think of that you haven't had in a while, it will be there. All the traditional dancing and, singing and, some folk songs and all that will make it very, very authentic to who we are back home, while, of course, observing, the laws of America as well, too. But expect to be transported. The whole weekend, expect to be transported to the Ebe land, but in Maryland.
Yo, Mama Obaka, next one and I call April and that she because I wanna act pledge you the girl.
I know.
Paka Gina me, Avano. Amigo Yakake, that girl, however, Bagavada Yakake. I mean, yo, yo, Markuta, the other galaxy, I take a short break. Nafimia Vana.
Yeah, Sister Abla, when we go to Ceana, apart from the main programs that have been programmed, that we have to attend, we do have personal invitations to people's rooms. Like Ofo Steve's room always has a special goat-like soup.
Yes.
And after a while, you see the hotel people coming, hello, you're making too much noise. You get a blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm hearing this time around, it's not going to be happening. So when we are there partying, nobody's coming to stop us. So we are partying all night. Is that true?
If someone stops you, that means that Auntie Kokui next door is the one who went to report you because you kept her up. Because it will be. I can confidently say Friday and Saturday and Sunday, that shouldn't be the issue because we are the only ones in the hotel.
Right.
Now, those who are arriving Thursday, we didn't buy out the hotel on Thursday. So there will still be some other people in the hotel Thursday. Okay. So there is a chance, but I don't really anticipate that happening because it's just us in the hotel. However, outside of the rooms, that's where we do need to still kind of comport ourselves and follow the rules and the laws of the land. Exactly. And, sometimes we like to bring our hot beverages from, Aketeshi. I want to use I'm trying to speak as less English as possible because I don't want the hotel to come and find this video. But our hot beverages, sometimes, we get so excited. We want to share these things in public too. And that's where we have to restrict ourselves. We can't share these things outside of our room. What's left in our room, put your D&D sign on, don't allow housekeeping because then they won't know the things that you're bringing in that may make you loud. As far as sharing, if you have containers like, a Stanley cup, flask, we don't know what's inside, right? And we don't know. So maybe if you have something like that and you're walking around, that may be a little different.
No red cup. I can't be walking around.
No red cup, no obvious red cup, but something a little bit more inconspicuous, a lot of people carry around these flasks and water bottles now. And people typically, this is water though, just in case anyone, this is water. I promise this is water. But some people, some people, I don't know. I've been at work, people carrying their coffee cup and it does not smell like coffee. So, but I mind my business. And, so if you're someone that truly cannot leave your room without bringing your happy juice with you, then I beg, at least be very, mature about it and at least try to hide it. But that's where the hotel might actually stop us. If we're carrying our Heineken on our head like this, then they will stop they'll shut down everything and may even ask us to leave. So let's keep those. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want to end the fun. We want to make sure we can party all the way through till Monday. So we do have to follow the laws of the land, and we know people get really excited. Food, honestly, food and drink, everything should really stay in your room. Another thing, we will be serving meals. That was a very big question that people asked us if we were serving meals. And here in DC, we worked very hard to make sure that we were serving meals at the hotel. That was something that was very challenging for us that we initially were not able to do. And after a lot of negotiation with the hotel, we've come to an agreement where we'll be able to serve the food at the hotel, so no one has to board any bus to be shuttled anywhere. However, the restriction is that we have to eat these meals in our rooms. So this is where security also will be present. So General Marcus, please, this is going to be your job, is to make sure that no one goes past the elevator. General Marcus, please, this is your assignment now. It is his assignment. I'm banking on him to make sure that no one goes to and I'll be transparent. The conference centers it's owned by the county of Maryland, Montgomery County here in Maryland. And if we want to serve our outside food or eat any of our outside food in the convention space, they will charge us $100 per person per meal.
Wow.
So we cannot afford that because the meal itself is not even $100.
Right.
So again, we went some back and forth and we made some promises. And one of the agreements is that we will do everything in our power to make sure that those meals are not consumed in that space, that everyone will go up to their room, eat their food there, and then come back down and return to the festivities. And then we'll also deploy people to send trash bags to these floors to collect trash if need be. But these are some of the promises that we made to the hotel to allow us to do this. So now we need the people to make sure that they comply, because we want to make sure we can come back to this hotel years later if we have to host Ceana again. So we want to be in good standing and have good relationships with the hotel. So far, the hotel is working with us when it comes to the menu. I won't say too much, but the hotel is really trying to work with us when it comes to the menu. So that's something to get excited about. We'll be planning a tasting sometime in the near future. So that way we can also make sure they're going to deliver on the promise. But we've made some special requests that we're hoping they can deliver on. So we also have to keep up our part of the bargain if we want them to, work with us too.
Right,
So
right.
that is something we're going to be very, 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 very strict about. There will be no eating of food in the convention space. You will be escorted out of that space immediately. So no one should come and say that the security in DC beat them. We didn't beat you. We just told you to go to your room. That's it.
So, for Steve, how are we going to get this message out to people? Like, this is very concerning because I'm not going to travel all the way from Chicago and get there. Because people are not following instructions. Now I'm concerned. How do we get this message out to people? Do we work on a video to circulate to let people know the do's and don'ts of the hotel? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that will be in place because there has been some other occasions where we came up with the do's and don'ts. So I'll follow your lead. But
you're still coming with the goat soup though, right?
You'll still bring the goat soup, so bring everything.
Okay, all right. Yeah. That's just what I want to know.
Okay, everybody should still bring their food.
Yeah,
go. So I don't know. Every convention is kind of different,
right?
Yeah. So we really need to get this message out.
Yeah.
So we need to work on them. Yeah, go ahead.
I say every convention is a little different, and it's also sometimes the hotel, and this maybe have to be a completely different show. But there's a difference between hotels that are managed by the company, like the corporate office, and then franchise.
Okay.
And some hotels, like I think there was one year, I think Jersey, they hosted it and they were able to use the kitchen. That was a franchise hotel because they were able to make their own rules. They didn't have to go by corporate. Okay. So those are the different. So this is why sometimes we see like some places are more lenient than others, and some places are more strict than others. And we, where we are actually, the headquarters for Marriott is actually just down the road in the same city. So they're going to be very strict. Their VPs can come in anytime they want to. So you can still bring all the delicacies, bring the food. However, please do not bring stove. I know in Chicago one year somebody brought a stove top, and maybe some of us were guilty of bringing rice cooker and we blew a fuse. Please don't do that, please. But technology has advanced.
Okay.
Don't bring a stove. Some people have brought a stove top. Those things can catch fire. So we don't want we don't want to bring things that could open flames, candles. Those are things that are not allowed. Okay. So when you bring the stove top, it's risky. If you bring a kettle, that's different. If you bring they have these, if you go on Amazon, they have different ways you can heat your food. They have these like crock pot things you can put your soup in, you plug it in and it'll warm it. Things like that. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but maybe, but I just wish that everyone used wisdom as to what you can bring. Make sure you're not bringing things that can catch fire or blow fuses and things like that, but you still want to preserve your food and keep it fresh.
So, for Lawrence is asking, is there going to be breakfast?
There is not breakfast offered by the hotel, offered by Ceana. So this hotel does not have a breakfast buffet, but they do have a breakfast restaurant. If you want to have breakfast, you can go to the restaurant, sit down at the table, and they'll be served, but it would not be something that's part of your package or your room or your registration. It will be on your own.
I see.
What they've offered us, because they don't do breakfast, is that all of our hotel guests that are driving will get free parking. So that was what they were able to offer us instead of breakfast, because they don't have the breakfast buffet. Parking is typically, I think, $30 a day, and they're giving it free to every one of our registered attendees that are staying at the hotel. If you're coming just for the dinner dance, then you will have to pay for parking. But if you're staying at the hotel, you're driving from Boston, you can park your car for free for the rest of the weekend. We'll be able to accommodate any of the coach buses that are coming from out of town as well, too.
Okay. All right. We'll take a little break, and when we come back, Sister Abla will be giving us her closing remarks. Once again, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
This year isn't just another Congress. It's a milestone.
For 10 years, UCCAA USA has been building a community, collecting alumni, creating opportunities, and showing up for each other across states, across generations. 10 years of connection, 10 years of growth, 10 years of showing up for each other.
And now we're bringing it all together.
This is our community.
Stronger together. This is where we connect.
This is University of Cape Coast Alumni Association, USA.
From powerful conversations to celebration to community and wellness. And this is where UCC alumni will be. The question is, who are you?
Join us May 22nd to 24th. Register now.
Hello, on behalf of Ceana, in collaboration with the Our Association of Washington DC Metro Inc., it is our honor and joy to welcome you to Ceana 2026 Convention. We are proud to host this historic gathering in the heart of Maryland, and we are ready to take it to a whole new level. With bold vision and unwavering commitment, we are elevating excellence in every detail, ensuring that Ceana 2026 will be unforgettable. This year's theme, Preserving Culture, Inspiring Generations, is more than a slogan. It is a promise to honor our heritage, empower our youth, and unite our global Ewe family in purpose and pride. For decades, Ceana has been the heartbeat of a people determined to celebrate their roots and shape their future. From the vibrant rhythms of Agbacha and Bobobo to the quiet wisdom of our elders, every convention has been a living tapestry of tradition, unity, and vision. Join us from September 3rd to September 7th, 2026 at Bethesda North Marriott Hotel, Maryland. Come ready to reconnect, to rejoice, and to raise funds to help build our Ewe land. This is your moment. Register early, volunteer your time and talents, give generously to fuel the future, and most of all, share the message. Let the world know that Ceana is not just alive, it is thriving. Together, we preserve culture. Together, we inspire generations. Together, with the Our Association of Washington DC Metro Inc., we build Ceana 2026. Join us to make history. Ceana 2026. Honor the past, empower the future. Visit www.ceana2026.org for more information. See you there.
2026.
Yes.
Welcome you. DMV.
Yes.
Ceana 2026 DMV will welcome you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Show-Hosts-Efo and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland. Welcome to Ceana TV. Nyasala klo nupola miegado wezona mikova Ceana TV. Mi la Ceana Central jifia. Na miakpoma na fifia fi na gagamra miaji aka achima gavie. Kaka is better late than never, right? Mi la fia kla sister Abla shikanya 2026 per convention manager. Answer most of the questions. I know there's so many other questions to answer. We always have questions. She's going to be coming back periodically until me have convention at that. If you like, let me have any question, but Okuku, just type it in the comment section, or you can reach out to her, reach out to me or Show-Hosts-Efo. Sister Abla, how can anyone reach out to you, please?
Great question, because I was going to bring that up. So if you want to get in contact with me, please call me at 703-791-9987. You can call or text that number. For our people in Ghana, that number is not on WhatsApp. So if you need to reach someone by WhatsApp, then you can call that second number. That's the 240 number. I should know it by heart by now, but I don't. But we have a contact form, and there's a second number. It's 240. You can use that number for WhatsApp, or if you're not confident in your English, you can use that number too. Some people, they call me, and when they hear I'm not speaking Ewe, I'm not ashamed. I understand you, but I don't speak. So continue the conversation. I'll answer back. But I know that some people have called and maybe they're at work, so they want to speak Ewe, and they're like, "Oh, why aren't you speaking Ewe with me?" And it's simply because I want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying, and we get your questions answered. So I'll respond in English, and then when it's just leisure conversation, then we can go ahead and try to speak or I can try to speak Ewe with you. But for the sake of making sure that registration is done correctly and I have all the information, that's why the conversation is happening in English. But I definitely can hear and understand what you are asking me if you do choose to speak Ewe. But if you do want to have someone that you can dialogue with in our local language, then you can call the 240 number. But you can still call me and I'll be able to help you. With that being said, for those who do know my personal number, people like Empress, that's my big sis, so she can call me personally on my number. She can text me anytime because she has my number. Most of our core reps, they have my personal number, but I do ask you to not share my personal number, just so that way, one, I can keep all the messages organized. It's easier for me to reference our conversations because some people have to call me more than once, and it's easier for me to reference any text messages and calls when it comes through the Ceana line. When it starts getting mixed up in the personal calls, it's very hard to keep up with. So if you have reached out to me on my personal number, I have not responded, and that is intentional. I may have texted you to contact me on the correct number, and it's just to keep things very organized and also professional as well too.
Akbar Kaka. So what is the last remark you're leaving for your viewers right now and your attendees?
So the last remarks is there's two things that I definitely want to say is we are still welcoming volunteers. A lot of our committees, we still need volunteers. If you're coming, you don't have to be local to DC. You can be in California, you can be in Denver, you can be Dallas, Houston, whichever. And you don't even have to be part of that association. But if you're coming to Ceana, this is another way to give back by rolling up your sleeves and helping out. We need volunteers for the Ceana Kids Camp. If you're a school teacher or a Sunday school teacher, we can use your help there to just take a shift and help us there. Registration, we want this to be in a way where people are just volunteering just for a short time so they can still enjoy the program. So if you're able to support us there, if you want to support us maybe in protocol, we need people who can speak French, Ewe, English. So, if you want to come and help us there, that's another place. Transportation, maybe to even help us to greet people at the airport. We are welcoming volunteers to help on that committee as well too. Our events committee to help us set up the picnic and other parts of the program as well too. You're welcome there. General Marcus has already come to security, so we already got him from today's show. There's the Ceana choir, the youth choir, the dance ensemble too. If you want to dance, and again, you're nearby, come. We have practice tomorrow at 3:30 in Silver Spring. And then the other thing I want to say is in DC, please, if you have a watch, set your watch now. Make sure you have battery. Make sure you charge it because we will be on time. we'll be on time here. If you go to the excursion and the bus says they're leaving at 9 and you come at 9:05, the bus will have left you. You will be left behind. So please set your watches, look at the program, keep up to date with the group chats to make sure that you are on time. We are starting the programs and we will leave you behind if you're not on time. So don't get left behind. Please be on time.
Akbar. Sister Abla, you said it all. Me procrastinate na. Me set me up or watch you. There are not going to be any excuses or any exceptions. Ta Madokuku, mi juju Agba no noma. Afo Steve, Marco Alafima.
For Lawrence, Kenya, Miapa, a host at African Jazz and Traditional Music Panorama. Mia dakpe garden neighbor, a baba mia ngola mia doma. Na a miss a Friday, Miapa Jazz Shuaka, a new dome, a leka bebe. Na Jagbaba every Friday at 8 o'clock. I log in. Na have view. Bia the color she. Yenya Abla na Jua, but just for clarification, is the hotel breakfast an a la carte or buffet style? And if so, do we have price for the buffet?
It is an a la carte menu. It's a a la carte menu. So you would it would be based off of what you order off the menu. So there is no pricing at the time. Maybe we can find a menu online. Maybe we can share that with attendees who may be interested. I can ask the hotel to see if they can that's something they can share with us. So people can be prepared as far as what the expenses would be if they choose to have the hotel breakfast. There are a lot of neighboring restaurants. There's it's a chicken sandwich place that just opened up across the street. And then there's also a bagel, what is it called? Call Your Mother. It's a bagel shop that is in walking distance. There's also South Block where they have smoothies. And like I mentioned, if you bring a tea kettle and you bring some instant oatmeal, then you can make some breakfast, in your room as well too, with the tea kettle. Bring some tea, bring some Milo, and then some instant oatmeal. And you can do something quick in your room for yourselves as well too, to go ahead and satisfy the morning hunger.
It's a black ma cockly to baraka for Ghana Mimiano, Menyama.
Mau ala katandu do nyanongo nye.
Abla a la carte de and do yalo and
oh, it's an a la carte menu.
The style, yeah, like.
So I think they have like egg and some egg frittata and so no cocoa, no none of our no wache, none of the meals that we really want to have. But somebody will have wache in their room.
Oh, definitely.
And there are some Ghanaian restaurants in the Montgomery County area. So for those who like to take an adventure, I won't mention them because I want to give them free publicity. They have to pay for advertisement space. But there are 2 Ghanaian restaurants. One just opened a newer location in that area. So for some people who may have coming with their car, they're probably, honestly, I think they may be on Uber Eats. So you may be able to Uber Eats some wache from somewhere. I won't lie. I think a few conventions was Houston and maybe Atlanta. There were a few times I ordered Uber Eats because I was a little impatient with the lines. So, so there's always options for those who have the means to as well too. It's not everyone who has the means, to do that. But if you do, there's Uber Eats and all these things around. There's a lot of stores in the area. There's grocery stores in the area as well too. There's a Whole Foods and then a Wegmans. Both within 5 minutes of the hotel. There's a Dollar Tree, there's Target. So you'll be able to, go ahead and source yourself out when you're in town for Ceana.
Akbar.
Yeah, Abla garden now. So Abba me do Abla Atopa. So I want to thank you so much. Minyaba, you'll be back again and soon to give us some more latest updates. Can you either one? Me have a program lineup back there. Abla, come here, doctor. No, come here. We have so much to do, so we thank you for coming.
Thank you. Yes, I'm going to start returning calls. Some people have been calling me, so I'll start returning calls to you guys soon. Thank you.
Have an awesome days, yeah.
You too. Take care. Happy birthday, Efo Steve. Have a good weekend.
We'll do. Yo, akpe nyasala kula nukpala agba mino ajodan kula apla to fa he Kenya miapa this year convention manager. Yeta mi adakpe manya glore ne. Kenya hiji kula miapa line now. Yenya Ceana media mi agbagba jenya manyana mi akata minyo. Yeta nye gbanye shigbanto eke miakpo ma marku mi de miapa ni miapa website alo ne mia I like miapa and the shadow ne then ya no miakpom. Yet I might go through a few of the lineup you can have na every week. Miapo video agba afi mana mianya aleke one all you window Ceana media. Miapa video. Yo, Ceana media mi agbagba jam alaka gbegbe mi jena mi abo wono gomo cho fidagbe wotro alo fidagbe fiega ini koko yidega shake 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yeah, mi afoga afo Lawrence Jagadu alo DJ Lawrence Mawinyega agbagba jam alaka gbegbe every Friday anyama lodon fifio ajabama notenema for African jazz and traditional music panorama. Yeba selections is off the chart. Tune in every Friday evening from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Na ajo lewon and ajo lejiajia kami ganada a Saturday. Yes, Saturday. Indi kanyi yemi mianovi Miss Dell. Backler motivational speaker that Sarah. So have you are called Health and Wellness Hub Akoko Abba Nami. No ha ojo no ocho le eziaji kwaka enye backler Mama Seduti kemiako miapa wana Abba Nami. Yenye Ceana Central. Ceana Central yemi jona enyagadome and keep you posted with Enika Jim La Ceana fraternity ame. Yeta mi ajagbagba mi tune in every Saturday morning from 11 to 1 p.m. Kaka mi achola jiaji kwa ka mi ashidu ayide Ghana mi ano fi authentic mama. Amepa authentic mama. Ele ready fifi kaka mi achoko ka ajebe wana goma. Yenye dunenyo bobobo show. Yo kokoga abanani to talk radio le Ghana. Kaka have any acholes ya jikwa ka nyan of you ka enye Dr. Wanyo da Mary da Mary backplay da Vero for Cyrus backplay Mawenyo wako miva miastron wagbe miva miastron wagbe akmanya katamino yima o link na app with the University of Education le Winneba every department yeah wafiami me are tuning for those yenye Saturday program kanemi yida a Sunday nyanovi Nicole Laba ha ako what is it faith and culture show if you are throw nkoneva wana enye faith and culture show akoko abanami a program bubu ado la to ama babaga eta mia anombe padan longu hasla when it becomes right na won ha na program ade la show ye kpoba ya to ava join na miracle farm miracle yomi na mia kpoba leke ohana ba join the Ceana media team michichim daji ka community news via de kelia yenya mianto mi kwa UCCA USA Congress ya ojivaga next week yenye next week from May 22nd through the 24th yenye UCC University of Cape Coast over USA alumni or over 10th Congress have get. Can me chap ma mian of you okay Novici Association of New Jersey. Me after 20th anniversary do yeta me akpem ba na me aba kpede miangu it will be on August 1st. Kaka akumi draft ma Novici bakle UVA bakle Novinho pla ni every alliance mikpana deka nemiawo ni a picnic tohiade mi wana hama ajivage on July 4th hama ajivage yemala shoba the last weekend of July Chicago one of the biggest Ghana fest in the whole of the diaspora. Manyaba New York has something to say about that. Gake the Ghana fest in Chicago, it is one of the best and it is the biggest. Ajivaga the last weekend of July. Happy Nimitraf Mami Abayide Novici 20th anniversary. Nemia Duhamabo. Nimitraf Mama we have been talking about convention. Now we can't stop talking about the convention. 640 people have already registered. Yet Najagbagba Noha na are registered. Can I use this opportunity, Marcus, send a small shout out to it will be a new segment. Yeke will start doing a shout out to the birthday month. This month, May is a very special month, and of course, so we had to start from May. I had to be a little biased here. It is my birth month, so we start. So I want to give a shout out to all the May borns. Dr. Chachunya Madi, Nyentonya Prano, the Vivian, the Newman. Happy birthday to you too. For Manchas, Sue, Minister Jennifer Nati, the SC, Mrs. SC Hodogbe, Nyento, myself. And also want to send a special shout out to all the graduates.
Marcus Hanya Melo.
I hanya meme kwa it's a very, very special month. Yet I will take all the pictures together.
I don't think
what we'll do anybody if it is your name, we are in May now, so all the May bonds American we don't have a picture, so do that. Then we will do a little bit of a slideshow there that we can celebrate you. Let me either June then we can collect all of that. Then we'll do a slideshow we can celebrate. And all our graduates are from first degree to the doctorate degree also we send a special shout out to them. Yo ka apia ye nya makotonya koko asedo madakpena mi ba egba mi ba pede mi anu ameokata yo mi dakpena mi ameokata sending their messages mi dakpena mi dakpema nya glore na mi yo kana mama said you for no volume gas and coin camera kuma klamelo nkonyenye Efo Steve. That Empress take us home.
For Steve, Mejibamia Ado Jigbazanga, I don't know. I hope Auntie Vivian has something special planned for you today. Enjoy your day to the fullest. Miato Vao, and Empress Mawusi, and ye ganyo to Bazuku, and your Gayanaba Mama Saduji. Miato Vao Minamicho, the Kawa Fongoya, a Kami, Miafa Vaejo, Amobu Barakamo Ganamio. Miantowe aliji blaga elabana amantoyo ifa klokweba akloko eye koklo homa panu no koklo duma vinyanya yikonya nu vavio mo honala mashio atodola oklo nukpola na koklo kwa tocho ndire mianyaba enye Empress play Efo Steve miawe akpadam na micho miafa jimaka agayi memira gba next week de miaga dogo bye na milo mi dagbe.
Love to stay with you. I really have to go back home.
Whoa, whoa. The beat scientist.
Tu menyo me soirée, tu menyo me soirée. Tu menyo me soirée, tu menyo meswa, meti bona.